I gave you this play so you can see the ending. That gladiator girl will be the harbinger of the dark tide in Septimont.
Hello everyone, welcome to PST Channel, Game Story, Movie Style for your busy days. Today we dive into the latest chapter of Wuthering Waves. Rover's search for Cartithia takes us to the warrior city-state of Septimont. But as the Great Agon tournament rages, a dark anomaly, a shadowy playwright, and a mysterious new ally all hint at an approaching dark tide. Let's unravel the secrets of Septimont. Rover attempts to contact Cartithia go unanswered. The only clue left is a faint flicker of her energy's explosion, pointing towards a cluster of islands opposite Ragunna. The island is called Septimont. Cantarella contacted Rover and explained that Septimont is a city-state in Runasita, like Ragunna. Although both originated from Sentinel guidance, Septimont rejected belief in the Sentinel and instead honours warriors and glory above all else. Septimont enforces no border restrictions, unlike Ragunna under the Order. The city is currently hosting a major event, the Great Agon, which draws many visitors, which is the perfect time to visit Septimont. As Rover entered Septimont, Abby felt something was amiss inside, like things are all tangled up somehow.
It's a cutscene. This is the way they introduce a new map. Other games should follow. Have a grand opening and the music. And cool sunset.
Since arriving in Septimont, Abby has remained silent with intercept mark. Rover tries to sense Cartithia, but is confronted with an unbelievable vision. Cartithia facing a half-human, half-lion creature.
Welcome to a city of dark soul where monsters look like one.
Rover follows her tracks, heads toward a sculpture beneath a stone wall, where Rover finds the hero's legacy armor and uses it to overcome obstacles on her journey.
So, this is Septimont.
It's Septimont or Digimon.
Rover eventually encountered the city of Septimont. The wind at Rover's side carries a trace of Cartithia.
She's trapped somewhere.
The scene transitions to a moment in Cartithia's timeline. Cartithia is trying to flush out a target hiding inside an experimental unit within a lab. She aims to collapse the structure by destroying its support pipes. As she destroys each pipe, she notes that the lab's defense systems activate and grow stronger with each step, indicating the lab was equipped with automated defenses triggered by sabotage.
someone is inside. Is that another 5-star tiger?
Found you.
Who is she? Oh, it's Lupa. Wait.
Rover arrives in Septimont during the Great Agon tournament and is welcomed by 2 villagers, and assumes Rover is a tourist from New Federation. Rover clarifies he's not here for the games, but searching for someone, Kartathaya, but no one has ever seen Kartathaya. However, Rover do learn that the half-human, half-lion guardian Rover saw, the mighty Arsinosa, will appear in the city's Agon of Champions. Held every 4 years, it is the biggest gladiatorial event in Septimont. The match will be held at the Colosseum on Septimont's hilltop, and Rover plan to continue your investigation there. Rover encounter a young Taoist girl named Buling, who claims to be from Mengzhou. Her heard about Rover from an old friend Jianxin. Buling warns Rover that the feng shui in Rinasita is poor, with stagnant qi and misfortune looming. He hints that Rover's arrival has disrupted the balance and changed the stars, suggesting Rover's presence may be pivotal in resolving the conflict. While investigating Kartathaya's whereabouts,
Met Lupa already.
Not bad!
She feel like a bell.
Think you can keep me from fighting? Careful now!
She's indeed a bell.
We'll see who rips whose throat out first.
Rover witnesses a confrontation between Lupa, a skilled gladiator, and Emilio, once part of a gladiator team. She left after learning about her house's involvement in match fixing. After the confrontation, Lupa introduces herself to Rover and, impressed by strength, invites Rover to team up. Meanwhile, Rover senses a faint trace of Kartathia's frequency on Lupa, but she denies ever meeting her. Rover and Lupa register a new team and ready for your first battle together.
Wuthering Waves versus Mountain Again!
In the pair's first fight, Rover and Lupa secure your first victory. But as her supporters and fans swarm you, the weight of her fame as a gladiator comes crashing down. To avoid lingering too long, Lupa laughs and takes your hand, pulling you away from the arena.
Easy. Just hold my hand and don't let go!
Just then, her former manager Carter arrives, sent by Domina Julia Silva to persuade Lupa to return, but it's clear Lupa has no intention of returning to fight for her patron house. The power struggles between Septimont's noble houses simmer beneath the surface as the Great Agon unfolds. Both of them travelled to the next qualifier. After Rover victory in the second Agon, Rover sensed Kartathia's presence by the waters of Septimont, just as Rover noticed the strange energy affecting Septimont's echoes. Meanwhile, Lupa's departure from House Silver sparks retaliatory rumours. Unfazed by the rumours, Lupa stays focused, telling Rover that everything is going according to plan, because in Septimont, only champions have the power to reveal the truth. She assures him they'll head to Colosseum Olimdos soon, but first offers to help Rover search for Kartathia, who might have passed through a long-abandoned part of the city. Rover's interest in the area is piqued, especially upon hearing it's near water. Lupa explains the area was abandoned after the first dark tide in Ragunna, leading to the city's relocation to higher ground. She offers to take Rover there via an old elevator to the upper city. Rover arrive at the waters where Rover felt Kartathia's presence, but still find no trace of her. After coming to Septimont, Rover learned from Lupa just how important the arena is to the city. It can elevate someone to the heights of power or cast them into obscurity. Meanwhile, in a side of the city unseen,
Lupa. The one with Catathea and the one with us. I think she is trapped in different world from the look of it. You can see the sky is all dark.
In an eerie, mist-covered part of Septimont, Catathea encounters a nameless girl who appears to be a local survivor haunted by something she calls the White Tidal Blight, possibly referring to the dark tide. The girl is exhausted, unable to leave the city, and has lost her memory. Catathea, empathetic due to her own past struggles with identity, reassures the girl and offers to protect her from whatever danger lurks nearby. The story then shifts to a moment in the timeline of Rover and Lupa. Rover and Lupa go to a restaurant, drawing the stares of many. She mentions a former gladiator she admires, Maya, a true competitor. However, Maya's career was cut short during the Great Agon 2 decades ago when she vanished under mysterious circumstances. Lupa books Rover into her lifetime suite. With their meal done, Lupa brings Rover to Leonidas Hotel, the top accommodation in the city, where she has her own long-term rental, signalling trust and the start of a deeper partnership. Now, no matter when Rover returned to Septimont, Rover will always have a place to stay. She confides her worry. Is the joy she finds in the arena due to her passion for it, or because of the favour it brings her? As she says goodnight and leaves, Rover sees her suddenly transform into another young woman. It lasts only a moment, like a fleeting illusion. After a long day, Rover drifts into sleep at the Leonidas Hotel, where a strange dream, or illusion, takes hold. In it, he encounters Frolova, not as an enemy, but as a cryptic messenger.
Yes. Her again.
The setting is surreal, suspended between reality and a dreamlike stage, removed from the chaos of Septimont. Frolova reveals that she is not here to fight, but to deliver a message, and perhaps a warning. She speaks poetically, but the implications are heavy. The disappearance of Catathea and the anomaly plaguing Septimont are both connected to one of her associates, a mysterious figure obsessed with heroism and tragedy. This associate, a creator figure, is orchestrating events in the city as if they are part of a play, one that Rover is now a central part of. She hands Rover a book and implies that within its pages lie the answers he seeks, including the true fate of Septimont. According to her, Lupa, the gladiator girl Rover has teamed up with, will be the harbinger of the next dark tide, a cataclysmic event set to destroy Septimont's glory. Frolova warns that Rover has 3 days, the duration of the remaining Great Agon matches. To make a decision the next morning, Rover and Lupa face House Silver in the semi-finals. The atmosphere shifts as Ephor Augusta, the reigning champion turned leader, opens the Great Agon with a powerful speech. She praises the city's tradition of combat and strength, warning that glory without power is fleeting. Her words ignite the crowd and mark the beginning of the climactic phase of the tournament. During the fight, something unusual happened.
This frequency, it's like the dark tide in the inverted tower.
Why is she attacking us? She can control herself.
Thanks, my fellow warrior. Can't win, so you play dirty in the arena, huh? You make me sick!
Lupa's weapon turn against Rover as Rover feel a frequency similar to that of the dark tide in the inverted tower, unbeknownst to her. Lupa announces to Ephor Augusta that her weapon was tampered with, The spear that almost harmed Lupa's teammate was originally a gift from Domina Julia Silva, Lupa's former patron, but House Silva denies the accusation. Suddenly, Yuno, the priestess of Septimont, appears and declares House Silva guilty. She demands that they be banished from Septimont. Effa Augusta supports this judgment, acknowledging House Silva's historic contributions, but condemning their recent disgraceful actions. Yuno encourages Lupa and Rover to fight well in the upcoming final, warning them not to disappoint after House Silva was banished by Effa Augusta. Lupa and Carter discuss Lupa's future, with Carter offering to be her new manager. Lupa insists on new contract terms and reminds Carter that Silva family was involved in the betrayal. During this time, Rover asks her about Effa Augusta and Priestess Yuno. The former, hailing from humble origins, has risen to power, while the latter is rumoured to possess a gift for prophecy. After the intense semi-final match, Rover begins to reflect on the strange frequency sensed during the battle, something reminiscent of the Threnodian, and possibly linked to the Dark Tide, just as Frollover warned. To investigate further, Rover asks Lupa to see her spear. However, the strange energy is no longer present. Lupa then leans on Rover for support, showing signs of fatigue after the stressful battle and confrontation with Julia. Soon after, spectators and reporters surround the team, congratulating them and asking about the match-fixing scandal. The crowd is lively. Lupa blocks the journalists crowding around Rover, telling Rover to rest and that she'll find Rover later. As Rover considers the connection between Lupa and the strange happenings in Septimont, Bulling appears once more. She tells Rover that she also senses the oddities around, but cannot find a way to break the deadlock. She hands Rover a copper mirror. As Rover examines it, the scene shifts to reveal a conversation that occurred 2 decades ago during the Great Agon. 2 Septimontians discuss a shadowy underground bet involving gladiator Maya. In the mirror, Maya's manager and her instructor are seen exploiting her, indifferent to her unravelling mental state. Rover also sees Septimontian nobles planning to use Maya's matches as a cover to incite chaos and bloodshed to quietly solve the Senate's problems. In the mirror, Maya is seen trembling, sobbing, and digging deep to continue to fight as a gladiator. It is unclear whether the visions in the copper mirror are reality or illusion. However, when Rover meets Lupa again, Rover once more glimpses her transform into that same strange young woman. This time, Rover recognizes her as Maya. Rover returned to the hotel with Lupa. In a side of the city unseen, Cartathia once visited this very same room with the Nameless One. Cartathia continues her quiet investigation alongside the Nameless Girl. Though the girl is afraid of the fast-spreading tidal blight, Cartathia reassures her and explains that some parts of Septimont have been mysteriously rewound nearly 2 decades. She believes a specific power is behind this anomaly, and she's determined to uncover the truth. Cartathia sees this mission as a duty granted by the Sentinel, and she places her trust in someone she calls the Righteous One, believing that person will eventually arrive and carry the investigation forward. The two then press on, ready to face whatever darkness lies ahead. Rover asks her about Maya. She explains that she was a powerful contender who mysteriously disappeared after winning an Argon. Rumours said she cracked under pressure and got caught in match fixing, but Lupa seems to respect her all the same. She shares her own thoughts, how she doesn't care about living up to others' expectations and finds value in the arena, even if it means being part of a flawed system. Lupa admits she's fine being used, as long as the people she works with know not to cross the line. To her, the Silvers crossed that line, and that's why she broke away. Though she's weary, she looks out over the city and still sees beauty in it. After some quiet conversation, she leaves, and Rover drifts off to sleep, haunted by new information, uncertain truths, and the looming final match that awaits at dawn. As the day of the final match arrives, Lupa points out Arsinosa, the guardian echo of Septimont, to Rover. However, Rover notices that this Arsinosa seems different from the one he saw earlier, when Cartathia was involved, hinting at a possible anomaly or duplication. Lupa then recalls something important about Contender. Mere decades ago, Maya had actually won the Great Agon and received Arsinosa's blessing. But before she could receive her award, she mysteriously vanished. At the time, the event was called the Bloody Aegon, a much bloodier version of the tournament, where gladiators fought in brutal free-for-alls with Tazet discords unleashed into the arena. Only one victor survived. Thankfully, the format has since changed into more controlled 2-on-2 battles. During the fight, something strange happened once again.
See heart beating. Sound. Dark Tide's coming.
The real world and the anomalous one overlapped as Rover end up participating in the Bloody Aegon. Cartathea, recognizing Rover's arrival, reflects on their shared past. How Rover once brought light to her darkness in the tower, and how even though they now fight apart, we still fight together. Meanwhile, Cartathea was fighting against Arsinosa. Once the proud guardian echo of Septimont is now visibly corrupted by the dark tide. Cartathea acknowledges this tragedy and vows to release Arsinosa from her suffering and uncover who is truly behind the chaos.
So this is Dark Tide dimension. It is similar to Crow and Sack fight from different dimensions in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Enemy can turn gigantic form also. Excalibur.
Righteous one, I'll be waiting for you at the end of the story.
As the anomaly ends, Rover and Lupa emerge victorious, but no one is aware of the strange occurrence that Rover encountered. Ephor Augusta praises the warriors for their brilliant performance. Augusta also warns that the high tide is approaching, urging all warriors to be ready for the challenges ahead. Yuno then notices that 2 warriors have received Arsinosa's blessing, signaling their rising power and favour. Meanwhile, in an unknown place, Cartathea steps into the same arena, her swords aimed at the playwright Cristoforo. Cartathea accusing him of orchestrating the tragedy in Septimont. Cristoforo responds that the Septimontians themselves are partly responsible. Despite this, Cristoforo is surprised by Cartathea's determination to fight for strangers and distant lands. Cartathea declares she needs no grand reason to defeat him, referencing the failed attempt of the Threnodian to drag Rinascita into the dark tide. She confidently states that Rover will come to finish the fight, and that Cristoforo's plans will unravel.
silent, hollow words. The dark tide engulfing the city of glory. All shall be swept away by the winds at the story's end.
Rover and Cartethia stand together, unknowingly united in the light and shadow of glory, fighting side by side in a battle that no one is aware of. The story is far from over. And so, Rover and Cartethia fight parallel battles in the light and shadow of Septimont's glory. The playwright Cristoforo has been revealed as the puppet master, but his tragic play is far from over. Can Rover change the fate Rolova warned of and reunite with Cartethia before the coming dark tide? The story is heating up, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next chapter.